It's been said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and dale to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary, 'cause comfortable is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-too-rat-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize,
to anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-too-rat-terry-o-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. The world has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be afraid. But every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made.
Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-too-rat-terry-o-dee. Dee, a fwit-dee-dee-dee-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Adventures waiting further down the road. Let's go! Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie.
Hello, friends. I forgot that was my underneath bit was Handler Z writing stuff. That is very accurate for today. Today is the day that I do all of my editing and get my book together and format it. I have all of the pieces. This is hilarious. This is the scrap paper that I put all the titles on my book. And I spent a whole bunch of time last night going through and finding songs that would work really well for the pieces and then trying to put them in order, which is a whole other thing. And now it's just editing, formatting it correctly into the book part itself, and then going through the extra things that I put in the background. And I will take a moment to show you some of these things. So first of all, this is my inspiration. When I was a kid, when I was probably like 7 years old, this was my absolute favorite book. It is Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark by Alvin Schwartz. And the Stephen Gamble, who does all the artwork, which you see up front here, apparently has illustrated a number of books. He's still alive, and has some really, really, really cool artwork all over the place. So feel free to check out some of his stuff. I think he's written his own collections of short fiction as well. But yeah, Stephen Gamble, the artist, and then Alvin Schwartz. So that was the inspiration. This is my first book. This is the first book, first printing, which I made a bunch of mistakes on, so I had to fix it. But so what I have in here, which I am doing again for the next book, is, so it starts with just the front cover, which I will show you in a minute as terms of advertisements. The front cover, which looks really cool. It's by me. There's a dedication. There's a warning at the front, which I find really important. Every story has a content warning, because there are some stories that are just not going to sit well with people. I have stories about, in this collection, I have stories about mental illness. I have a lot of things dealing with death. Some of them are violent, but some of them are just getting old. There's a story about getting old. Yes, Sir David, I see you. Can't wait for October 11th. I'm going to mention that in a minute. So every story has a content warning at the front. Then when you get to the end in the back, which I'm super proud of, they have this section called Afterwards, and that goes to every single piece. And it talks about what I was thinking about when I was creating it. And it lists the songs. There's a recommended listening for every single piece. So every single piece that I put into my books has a recommended listening. I'm probably going to create a whole Spotify playlist for anyone who wants to check it out, so that you have the list of everything and the correct versions, because some of those versions are live versions of tracks. Some of them are very... If you look up Paganini, which is one of the pieces that I wrote, is a Paganini, a Vince Conaway story, which he has shared on his Patreon. If you look up Paganini, there are like 12 different versions of every single piece he's ever written. So there's a specific one that I have in mind for that piece. Yeah. And that's, yep. It's made in Middletown, Delaware. I didn't realize that. So anyway, that's the original printing of my first book, which I need to buy more of. Then, there's Sir David Percival. Hello, friends, who are all in there. Victoria London Fogg, Evelyn Evermore, Sir David Percival, Sally A. This is an important thing. There. Friday, October 11th at 4:30 in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. If you live in the Lebanon Valley, Lancaster, New Jersey, Delaware triangle, our friends at Haunted Whimsy, which is a really cool bookstore. It is queer owned. It is woman owned. I think they identify as woman. At least one of them does. Femme presenting owned. It is a really forward thinking bookstore in sometimes a very backwards thinking area. And I am going to be doing an official book release on Friday, October 11th at 4:30 p.m. at the Haunted Whimsy. I'm going to read some of my pieces. I could probably take some questions, and I will have copies of my book to sell for people. And I will probably leave a whole bunch of copies there with Haunted Whimsy as well. Thank you, Sir David. Yeah, I was hoping you guys would make it out. Yay. It would be nice to see you guys. But yeah, that is an event that is coming up. Otherwise, here, I'm super excited to show you, if you haven't seen it yet. This is the cover of the book. It's going to look a little bit different. It's not going to be side by side. It's going to be over top. So it's Dread, Unnerving Tales and Poetry for Dark Nights by Melissa Lee. It is officially on sale on October 1st on Amazon. I am hopefully submitting the whole thing today. And the artwork is done by my awesome friend, Devin Borkowski. She is a Native American artist. She is one of the best artists I've ever met in my life. She's been doing, I think I've known her since she was like 12 or something, but she's worked with the New Jersey Renaissance Fair for a number of years. She now works with the Lords of Adventure, and she goes touring all over the place. She's really, really cool. And I'm super excited to work with her for this project. So every single, much like Scary Stories, every single piece has an accompanying picture of some kind. They don't look like this. They are black and white because it costs a lot to print in color, but they are individual, brand new pieces of art that Devin has put together for my book. And I'm so excited to have all of this put together. Yeah, buying the book online benefits both of us. So if you are a big fan of Devin Borkowski, buy the book. If you're a big fan of me, buy the book. If you are part of our Patreon, anyone who had previously joined prior to September 15th is going to get a free copy, digital copy of this entire book as soon as it's finished, which should hopefully be like today or tomorrow. We're going to find out in a minute. But that is the process of publishing on Amazon that people don't necessarily tell you. It takes 3 to 10 days to have Amazon review the piece itself and check it for stuff. They don't check it for things like, it's weird. They don't check it for things like spelling errors and stuff, because I've seen books that are published that have spelling errors all over the place. But they do check it for standards and specific kinds of content and things like that. So it needs to be turned in well in advance of the official publishing date, which is October 1st, in order to ensure that it is online, released, ready to go. So that's what I'm working on today, pretty much all day. At some point I will go running, I will eat food, and other than that, I will just be parked in front of my computer trying to get this done. Cool. Evelyn, while I just looked up the drive time if I ran away that day, and it's 19 hours from Pennsylvania to Louisiana. Yeah, actually, while I take a moment here to mention our sponsors, and then we'll get into the work. Let me, other than me being a sponsor, which I just mentioned for Dread, we do have an expedition coming up, New Orleans, rentadventures.com. I think they still have spots left, but that's going to be epic. It is a bunch of people from Nat 21. We're going to hang out in New Orleans and do some cool activities, but we're also going to, everybody's going to get to go to the Renaissance Festival in Hammond. It's one of the last festivals that happen during the year, so you're going to see a lot of awesome quality entertainment. Paolo's there, Jacques the Whipper, Chase Treasure. Not only Chase Treasure, but other outlying members of Chase Treasure as well, which is super cool. Like Hannah, who is the queen at New Orleans, has also done Chase Treasure. She just wrapped up a run with me in Arkansas. I just found out Rebecca, who also works with Chase Treasure, is going to be down there doing some work as well. So you're going to get like a whole bunch of, if you like Chase Treasure, there's going to be like 6 or 7 of us. So like, go check it out. Yeah, so come down and find us, D&D New Orleans 2024. Also take a minute. I already did that. Oh, thanking our friends at 3DTU, who have always been great big sponsors of the channel and great big sponsors of us in terms of quote unquote Flash Phantasmagoria creating things. So please check out their awesome stuff, 3dtu.org. I believe they are in Sparta. I think there's at least one more weekend of Sparta that they're going to be at in New Jersey. So check them out, the Sparta Renaissance Fair. And now is a great time to start thinking about Christmas gifts. So if you want something that is custom made for the gamer in your life, you can get in touch with them and they will probably be able to 3D print it for you and make something super cool just for your friend, significant other, whoever that is for you. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I know the team at LARF is going to be me and Maddie and Emily Rao, but there's going to be a lot of us. Okay, thank you. It's the last weekend at Sparta. Yay! And you guys are going to be there too. Awesome. Okay. All of that out in advance. So today we are here to create something, and the goal is just to take 5 minutes out of your day to sit down and create something. So even if you're watching this on a replay on YouTube and you just skip to this point of, hey, we're going to start making stuff, that is super cool. So let's see. I think I could have won something a little bit more lighthearted today, only because I'm about to delve into like an enormous pile of papers that is probably going to depress me, depending on what piece is what. I even marked some of them as like, this one's depressing. This one's kind of in the middle and probably not entirely depressing, but sort of cool. And then there's a couple that are like, this one is upbeat and kind of silly in a dark way. So I tried to get the tonal shifts in mind while I was putting the book together as well. But let's talk about something that's a little bit more lighthearted. I am sitting next to my phone, so that's where I'm going to start. I'm going to start with a cell phone. I mean, I guess it could be any kind of cell phone. I feel like we almost have to be super vague with that, because the second you start saying like, oh, it's a Nokia, oh, it's a an Apple, even if you don't mention like the numerical, like this is an Apple iPhone 15, it starts to get very specific in terms of like what kinds of phones. Ooh, okay. Hey. All right, there's vaguely specific. Let's do a flip phone. Old school flip phone. They have newer ones now too. But let's do a flip phone. All right, so flip phone is a great place to start. All right. Now I need let's do someone who calls you and it's unexpected, not someone who has passed away. I've watched a lot of ghost stuff recently, which is very cool, but that in this moment feels a little trite. So who is someone that would call you who has not died, who you would not expect, like an old coworker or someone from high school, or a friend you haven't seen since you moved out of your old house. So someone calling you who you aren't expecting to call. All right, give it a couple of minutes to percolate with everybody. Evelyn says the doctor. Okay, super valid. Doctor is not dead. Doctor giving you an unexpected call. That's kind of cool. An old flame. Ooh, these are romantic. That's kind of fun. That's some Adele level nonsense. All right, and feel free to take a minute now for all of you. I'm going to keep fixing my hair because my hair is doing stupid things today. Take a minute to think about who would you want to have calling you that would be unexpected. I would say not only unexpected, but like delighted. Ooh, yeah, Victoria, I love this. I don't know if that's a direction I can go right now because I am very far away from my own kid and she is teething and very upset. So yeah, good option. You're a strange child. But I don't think I can, me personally, being the leader of this exercise today, I don't think I can go that direction. All right. Let's go with, oh, it's okay. I will say the advantage to not being near my wonderful baby who is going through some discomfort at the moment, which according to her pediatrician is probably super normal, but they're going to check her out today. The advantage is I get to spend all day doing this. And I don't have to feel guilty about it because there's not much I could do if I was there either. So focused. Let's go with the doctor. All right. So you got a flip phone for whatever reason. You got a call from the doctor. And let's go with an unusual object that you see in your periphery while you're on the phone. You know what I mean? Like you're on the phone. Whenever I talk on the phone, I would tend to pace, and I would see something probably unusual, like a pile of ants on the sidewalk building a nest. Somebody threw gum on a tree. My toothbrush is out of place. Just anything that a object, any random object that you can put together that you are seeing while you are on the phone, and it gives you like a momentary distraction of like, that's weird. So let's see what everyone comes up with in the comments. Well, yeah. We have done, thank you, Sir David. I certainly appreciate it. We have done everything we can. We've put washcloths in the fridge so that they're nice and cold. She has teethers. She's been chewing on bottles. She's been chewing on, there's a carrot that she really likes to chew on. She loves her toothbrush. So we've been giving her toothbrush with some gum desensitizing stuff. Funnily, that pacing is when I realize I need to replace my toothbrush. Yeah, that's super, super typical, super common. I definitely have moments of like, oh yeah, I shouldn't do that. Or like, I should take out the trash. Or I should, I need to do the dishes. Let me give it another minute and then we will see where we go from there. And we'll find our inspiration. Also keep in mind, those of you who are watching, that there's a whole bunch of other stuff on Nat 21 as well. So if this is not necessarily your cup of tea or cup of coffee, as the case may be, this is just the first one. I'm going to have so many. You can check out the main game on Tuesdays. There's Writing Sonnets with Shakespeare. There's the Wednesday night Gothic horror game, which had to get postponed yesterday. There is all different kinds of really fun, cool things to check out on Nat 21. So do it. Okay. Oh, okay, Victorian. The third prompt is something out of place that you see that takes you away from the conversation. You're on your flip phone, you're getting called by the doctor, and then as you're pacing around listening to whatever the doctor has to say, you get distracted by an object. So we are trying to find what is that object. Stupid hair. This is the issue, is that my hair is shorter, so if I try to just pull it back, it kind of flops about. So that's why I'm trying to just get it to hang out there. That's a bit better. All right. Okay. I'm going to go with something that I just happened to notice on my desk, which is a pair of scissors. Just a random pair of scissors. Distracted by a package, yes. Oop, except I can't spell. That bodes well for this morning. Okay, here are your prompts. Flip phone, the doctor, and a pair of scissors. Let me grab the music I want to share. Don't show that again. It's this guy. Share. This is chill instrumental. Non-copyrighted. This is Embrace by Sefarios. Let me make sure I put that in the description. There it is. Most of these pieces you can find on Spotify, etc. That's the piece we are listening to today. Add to stage. And this is for non-commercial use for a share alike 3.0 international license. I'm trying to remember all the stuff. But anyway, I'm using this music simply as an inspirational background thing. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to set our phone for 5 minutes. You have 5 minutes to create a piece based on the prompts that we just talked about. A flip phone, the doctor, pair of scissors. So I'm setting the timer now, and you may begin. At about 30 more seconds, so wrap up where you can. That actually went better than I was expecting. There it is. All right. So we had flip phone, the doctor, a pair of scissors, and anyone who wrote something or created something, did a really cool sketch. We had one of those last week. You may feel free to put these in our Discord. Sally A or Sir David, can you put our Discord info up so that I can check that out? And I'm going to read you what I wrote. Okay, and today is the 19th. 19. Okay. I'm walking through my apartment fiddling with the scissors. I know I picked them up for a reason, but now I can't remember why. My phone rings. My new old phone, the flip one. The one with the big buttons because I can't see well anymore. The one that's easier to type with and use voice commands. It's Dr. Dana. Why? We just had our appointment last week. All the standard stuff. She said I was fine, just getting old. Hi, is this Jessica? Yes, it is. Dr. Dana? This is something of a surprise. I realize that. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to speak with you about the results of your blood test in person. May we talk about them now? Immediately, my heart races. Cancer. Abnormalities? What could it be? Yes, go ahead. I answer with trepidation and resignation. Your numbers are off the charts. In a good way? It's very confusing. Wait, what? You have the platelet count of someone who is in their 20s. And that's as far as I got. I've always heard about like grandma superheroes, and I feel like that would be a really fun thing to explore. So that's what that's as far as I got with that one, but it could be a really fun start to something cool. So I would love to see what all of you created. Feel free to share that in our Discord. I know that there's a way I can just put Discord up. I'm gonna. Anyway, we do have a Discord. I just can't think of what it is at the moment. But I will copy and paste it if somebody else puts it up. I think you just have to put like /Discord or something in the comments. But yeah, you can find a Nat21 Discord. It has main game chat. It has people write haikus for stuff. It has there's a Nat21 After Dark situation, which is really fun. We have like a Marvel spoilers chat that no one uses, but they just released Agatha all along, and now I kind of want to deal with that. So feel free to share whatever it is that you created in our Discord. Or you can share it with one another, or you can share it on it's your stuff. You can do what you want with it. But I want you to take a moment now and thank yourself for creating something that you took a couple minutes out of your day to follow these prompts and do whatever made sense to you. That's super cool. It doesn't matter if it's something you use later on, as long as you're creating. That's what it is. As long as you're creating, you've accomplished something. And that's what I'm about to go do. I'm going to go finish up my book. So taking a quick second to thank our sponsors again, 3d2u.org. We love them. Nat21 Adventures, that's renadventures.com or Destination D&D. You can find information about our upcoming trip to New Orleans. There's amazing stuff that's on the channel all week long. And then this is my book that I'm going to finish today. So Unnerving Tales and Poetry for Dark Nights. It will be officially released on October 1st. And I'm wrapping it up now. So have a really great day, friends. I hope that it is positive and fun. And I hope that you see the results you're looking for. That's what I got. Have a good day. Wish me luck.